So I have a real life scenario situation I want to run by all of you, and this is a perfect example of when I say learn about yourself and how you handle things in your everyday environment to understand how you can apply that to your career. And this was one that I really took a step back and was like, wow, never even thought about that. So recently I went on a trip to Florida, and it just happened to coincide with the same time frame that a massive nor'easter was going to dump 2 feet of snow on Boston. So I said, okay, I'm going to drive to the airport, I'll park in the garage, it'll be the easiest thing for me because I had to go up to New Hampshire afterwards to pick up the dog. Well, everyone else was kind of under that same impression, and so I had to park my car on the roof, exposed to the elements. And from the second I got into that spot, which I strategically picked a perimeter spot, to the second I got home, all I kept thinking about was how am I going to dig my car out of 2 feet of snow? Now I had a shovel in the car, so there's my silver lining, but I wasn't properly prepared to dig my car out of 2 feet of snow. I had with me a sweatshirt. I had with me a pair of Converse sneakers, Chucks. I had a pair of slip-on sneakers, and I had a pair of black flats, none of which was going to help me dig my car out of 2 feet of snow. So I spent my entire time in Florida, sunny, beautiful, 80-degree weather, maybe in the 70s, but either way, way better than being here. Thinking about dreading, okay, I have to do this. And why did I do that? I did that because we're all so programmed to hope for the best, but always, always, always planning for the worst. And so I had prepared myself for, okay, I put on the best footwear option that I had. I got off that plane. I bundled myself up with the fact that with my sweatshirt, I also had a scarf and a pair of gloves. And I was ready to tackle that snow. And then sure enough, I get out to my car and it's completely cleared. It was as if somebody else had actually taken a moment to clear off my car. I didn't have to even use my brush. My wipers were up, they didn't need to be. There was no snow on my car, and other than a little bit of snow in the actual parking lot area, no sign of a massive nor'easter that I had missed. And anybody who walked by in that moment would have been like, because I had such shock and awe on my face, and I had to take a picture of it because I told so many people that, wow, I'm gonna come home to 2 feet of snow I have to take my car out of. Anyone who walked by me in that moment would have known, that girl, she planned for her car to be buried in a snowball. Again, we're so programmed to plan for the worst and only hope for the best. Now, how much time did I waste planning for the worst and worrying about the worst and doing my best with the tools I had to prepare for that worst case scenario? We're programmed to do this. We are told from a very young age that that's just what you do. You know, you think something's going to go wrong and you say, okay, plan for that, but hope for something better. So I turned this on myself and said, how often do I do that at work, right? I work with a lot of different personalities and a lot of different people that I have to find a way to please. And I'm constantly going into situations where I'm like, okay, I did the best I could here, but it's not going to please everyone. And when they come back to me with their edits, I need to be prepared to defend this point, and this point. And when they ask me a question about why I did that, why I went in that direction, I need to explain that this is what happened over here. And then when they come back to me with, Dana, this is great, have no edits, or hey, minimal changes, but overall this was really good, I have that same shock and awe moment that I did when I didn't have to dig my car out of 2 feet of snow. And it occurred to me that that's eventually going to hurt me. While it is a great, amazing tool, and please don't stop doing it, always, always, always plan for the worst, but get used to planning for the best too. Don't just hope for it. Because when people are approaching you with, hey, you did such a great job, and you're not prepared for that type of feedback, you're only prepared for the negative, your reaction to that is going to say a lot to that person about how you felt about yourself and your work. So if I were to say to my boss every single time, man, I really expected for that to not go so well, or man, that went better than I expected, or to constantly be shocked by the fact that the work that I put so much effort into and was so proud of for the moment of handoff was actually received well on the other end. Why are we so programmed to not prepare ourselves for amazing and positive feedback? So just consider that. Consider every time you take that moment to say, okay, I took this as far as I could and I did the best I possibly could at this. It's so-and-so's not gonna like this. I know that they're gonna nitpick at this, so let me prepare myself for how I'm going to attack that moment, or prepare myself for negative feedback, and put on that tough skin and be ready to tackle it and be ready to take it. I'm not gonna cry in that board meeting. Whatever it is that you do for yourself, Remember, positive reflection is important too. And you don't want every time a person or persons who comes to you with positive feedback for that to be a shock moment for you. Allow yourself the opportunity to accept that positive feedback and to say that you expected that positive feedback and you were prepared for that positive feedback. Because at the end of the day, you did the work to deserve that. That's it for today. I look forward to your feedback. Please visit vlog about this so that I can tell your story next.